Doja Cat responded to allegations of Satanism. If you guys haven't been keeping up with Doja Cat, she's been on a roll, man. She's talking about being the devil and all this weirdo stuff and the cutting off, shaving her eyebrows and just really being extra with it. Now, here's what I think. I think some of this stuff often starts with trolling and being infatuated with an aesthetic because they think the aesthetic is cool, right? Like Adam 22, when we asked him about the upside down cross, was like, oh, I just think it's cool. Like I think the aesthetic of Satanism is cool. But I think over time, you open yourself up to this sort of stuff, and then before you know it, you're full on engaged in complete debauchery. So she addressed this, and shout out to my guy Blackie Speaks. He covered this, and he had the clip queued up. So I'm reacting to a bit of his reaction because he had the clip. And by the way, Doja Cat is lying to us. When as far as I know, I don't know where Blackie Speaks is with Jesus, but he does not make Christian content. Okay, so when you got non-Christian YouTube hip hop creators that are saying she's gaslighting the public, I think it goes to show like where people are with all of this, right?
You gotta be a skilled communicator to pull off something like this, which clearly Doja Cat knows how to do. So she was responding to a lot of the comments that she's gotten thrown at her regarding her being a Satanist. And Doja Cat straight up denied any association with the devil.
Art. I like this visual for this sound. So I chose that visual and I applied it to the sound, and people made up what they want, which is what you do with art.
She pulled the art card. Well, it's art, and it's your interpretation of the art. I just like the visual with the aesthetic.
You interpret it how you want it.
And old man Ebro is just the biggest caper for this nonsense, man. This guy's gone further and further off the deep end about the stuff he will be stand up against and the stuff he won't stand up against.
Interpret it. Everybody has the right to interpret it how they want, but this whole
you're a Satanist,
very confident Satanism thing is like, I'm sorry, when the did I say that I was a Satanist?
Right.
I don't know if anyone said that you were a Satanist, but I definitely feel like dabbling with satanic imagery are obvious cues that you are communicating certain values, right? So there's certain explicit values and certain explicit things that communicate said Satanism. And if you dress like one, you talk like one, you celebrate the same ideologies, do what thou will, right? A counter, anti-God morality. Well, guess what? If it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, people are going to assume it's a duck. It's not super deep, Doja Cat.
Did I ever say anything or even go marching outside the church talking about, no, when the did I say that? Anyway, it's really tacky and annoying and discredits a lot of the hard work that I've put in.
I mean, you did say that you were a rebel and into the devil. So you did say that.
Now that's funny because I do remember her saying, she the devil. I do remember her saying that. But maybe there's some artistic intricacies to that line that I just haven't caught up to yet because I ain't got a big brain. She denied any kind of association with Satanism. She denied everything that she's been.
I mean, come on, Doja Cat.
Darkness.
Come on. Stop with the gaslighting. What are we doing? Doja Cat, we got to do better. We got to do better. You can't dress up like that and be like, whoa. What is everybody say? Why is everyone assuming I am a Satanist? Because you're dressed up like Satan. You're dressed up like Satan. That's why. What are we talking about, Doja Cat?
Literally shoving in our face for the last couple months? Or I actually want to say for a big portion of the year. Honestly, something about this interview just rubs me the wrong way because obviously what's going on here, if you don't know, is Doja Cat is trying to rewrite history. And
no, again, Blackie Speaks just does like hip hop media, news, and coverage. This is not a Christian channel, and he's pointing this stuff out. This is amazing. What a time to be alive.
I'm assuming she's doing this because she didn't really believe in any of these things that she was promoting. Like that tattoo that she posted that literally looked like the Baphomet's cousin.
This is textbook satanic panic marketing. I get it. You do stuff like this. You get the conservatives and the Christians riled up. Your name goes up in the algorithm. More people check for you. You may or may not lose some of your audience, but the audience that really rocks with you, they'll go deeper with you. That's what this is. This is so prevalent in rock and roll in the 80s. The issue is that she is gaslighting everybody into being like, what do you mean I'm a Satanist? What do you mean? Look, shout out to Matt. He said, even Satan is offended.
That other skeleton one she revealed some time back, that's all over her back. Or the Paint the Town Red video when she's not only posted up with the damn Reaper, or when she turns into literally the devil herself in the video, right? All that stuff, okay? All that stuff, obviously, we can conclude that it was all for publicity. Of course it was. And here's the thing. I'm not going to sit here and debate whether she is a Satanist or not. I don't even...
She got the all-seeing eye on the back of her head. Is this a real tattoo? What are we doing, Doja Cat?
No, because I don't really know what Doja Cat does in her private time. But what Doja Cat has publicized is a bunch of images, visuals, captions, and also, this is important too, a bunch of energy that's directly connected to that. She did all this for publicity and it ended up working. But the thing I don't understand is how can she now go on record trying to rewrite history and trying to gaslight us into believing that none of that happened? Because it did happen. I mean, there's literally proof. I made videos on that. I mean, we were all watching this go down right in front of our eyes. Personally, what I think she's specifically doing is I think she's just really trying to move into like a different era in her career now. And I think all those antics that she pulled, they're not really going to serve her in this.
Yeah, she was hoping for the Lil Nas effect. Right? She was hoping for the Lil Nas effect. Like, yo, I'm going to just be wild and do a bunch of crazy stuff. And hopefully it all kind of works out. And the thing is, like, I think society as a whole, it's my assessment, as people are waking up to how dark certain things are and how there's evil in the world. And I don't mean like in media. I think there's obviously satanic weirdo imagery in media, but I'm talking about like you start hearing stuff like Sound of Freedom and you start hearing more about trafficking and you start hearing all this, and you're like, yo, there's some really sick people out there. I don't know if it's a cabal that's running the world that's drinking baby blood, but there's some really sick people out there. And if you are waking up to this, if you're waking up to the reality that evil exists, and then you have someone that's dabbling with evil satanic imagery, I think the average casual consumer is just going to pull away and be like, yeah, Lil Nas X, I was with you on Old Town Road. And you know what? When you came out during Pride Month, I was all right. But when you did a Satan shoe and you twerked on the devil, that was too much for me. Like you got Andrew Tate, who's on trial for trafficking humans, being like, yeah, no, like that's too much. You know what I mean? And so I think that's where most people are like, yeah, that's not cool. Even if they don't believe in the God of the Bible, even if they don't believe Jesus died and rose for their sins, are pulling away and just waking up to the darkness that's out there and saying, okay, we know there's real evil in the world. Why are you playing with this? Why are you trolling with this imagery? Yeah, that's a good assessment from my guy Blackie Speaks. So those are my thoughts on that. What do y'all think about that, man? I'm curious what you guys think about it. We see according to the Bible that prayer is extremely important in terms of us being transformed from the inside out when we get aligned with God's will. For the Christians watching this channel, I want you guys to implement these spiritual disciplines in your day-to-day life. And the only way I've been able to do this consistently is through writing down my prayers in a prayer journal that does a few things. One, it allows me to reflect and come to God humbly and ask Him to move on my behalf. And two, it allows me to document my prayers, which ultimately help me remember the very things that I was praying for and see the hand of God tangibly in my life when He answers them. So I would urge you, consider writing down your prayers. It could be in a blank notebook. It could even be on your phone. Or you could check out the one I personally designed and used from my own quiet time and spiritual discipline that I think will be a huge blessing. It's the exact structure and system that I've used for years to pray and be more consistent in my spiritual disciplines. You can pick yours up today by clicking the link in the pinned comment below. All right, I'll see you over there. Peace.